Welcome everyone to today's video. We're the Dimitrov-Boulay piano duo. My name is Dimitri Dimitrov.
And my name is Elvire Boulay.
And in today's video, we're going to talk about Prima Vista or sight reading. Now, for those of you who don't know what Prima Vista or sight reading is, it's super simple. You just pick up a score that you've never played, music that you've never played before, and you start reading from it. You sit behind the piano and you start playing it.
Now, why is sight reading good to do? That is because reading piano music is actually quite difficult. If you compare it to any other instruments would, like for example a violin, would play only one melody. But as a pianist, we play a lot of notes. We play the melody and the accompaniment. And just to illustrate that fact, I'll pop up here two scores of the same level. One is of a violin and one is of the same level piano music. Now see for yourself how many more notes pianists have to read. And when you learn a new piece, a lot of people struggle with the reading part of that, and it takes a lot longer to learn this piece than it has to. When you read more fluently, you'll also study new pieces faster.
And now, after this short introduction, you know what Prima Vista is and you know why it's useful. You simply want to read pieces faster. You want to learn pieces faster. Elvire now is going to demonstrate and show you a few tips, right? That's what you were going to show them.
I'm going to show you the process actually of doing Prima Vista.
Yeah, so let's move to the piano and she's going to show you.
So just before we get started, make sure that you actually sight read at your own level. So if you're still busy with method books, there are Prima Vista books available, so use those. And otherwise, just make sure you choose a piece according to the level you're at. So we received a whole bag of music recently, and there were Strauss waltzes in there. I've never seen them before. They're very cheerful. So I did my morning Prima Vista session, and I marked the place where I ended. So I'm going to start off there now and show you a little bit of my Prima Vista. So just before I start, make sure that you know what your goal is with sight reading. Your goal is to read music and to understand what you're reading. A few weeks ago, I did sight reading with one of my students, and he'd never sight read before. And he actually started practicing hands separately. That's not sight reading, that's really practicing. So what I want you to do when you pick a new piece to sight read, I want you to just start reading and play everything that you're seeing. Hands together, doesn't matter if it's difficult, just take a slow tempo. I don't know if you noticed, but I now took the time to read. Your goal is not to show off. Your goal is really to understand and to read as good as possible. Let me see. And for example, now I made a little bit of a mistake, but I know what the mistake is, and my goal is not to play it perfect. As long as you understood that you were making a mistake, don't stop to fix mistakes. That sounded a little weird, so I'm gonna check to see if I didn't miss anything. But I really didn't, so it was correct. Taking time. I'm not feeling strictly in the rhythm. I'm taking the time to read and make sure that I'm playing correctly. And whenever it sounds weird, just pause and see if you read it correctly. So that's how you sight read. Remember your goal. It's not a practice session. The goal is to read through music. The goal is not to play passages perfectly. And second of all, don't be afraid to take time wherever you need. If you need to take time several times in one bar, take that time. It's important that you're understanding what you're reading.
Oh, and two more things that are going to help you really a lot with Prima Vista. One is, as with everything, do it consistently. The more consistent you are, the better you're going to become. And the second thing is, if you have never done Prima Vista before and you really don't know a lot of pieces, you haven't heard a lot of music, what would be very useful is before you start sight reading, just listen to the piece. Go on YouTube, listen once to the piece beforehand, and then go behind the piano and start sight reading.
That will help you immediately grasp the rhythm better, and it will also help you catch wrong notes.
Yes, so this will be all for our video for today. Don't forget to give a like to the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you enjoy the videos, of course. And we'll be happy to hear from you down below if you ever sight read before, or if you're going to do it and how it goes, etc. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
So remember, it's not a practice session, it's a reading through session. And what was the other one? So why is sight reading good? Sight reading is good because reading
Too long.
a score